Something is definitely going down, but you're sure it'll clear up in no time at all. Small things like this always sort themselves out eventually. Your name is Evan Fraser. As shown by your patriotic pet sheets, you are from the great nation of Canada, a fact of which you are very proud. Keeping in line with your religious upbringing, you make an effort to maintain an upbeat and easygoing attitude. You enjoy spending your time on any number of creative endeavors, though you'd be hard-pressed to pick the one you like the most. You spend the majority of your time on your desktop computer, alternating between searching for ways to improve your crafts and procrastinating your religious studies. For the past few minutes, you've been doing exactly that, and you don't regret it a single bit. After years of searching, you've finally found a wholesome, family-friendly video game suitable for your demographic. Though you're excited to log some hours of action-packed fun, you're currently awaiting a reply from a potential dating partner, and you'd rather not be distracted when it arrives. Considering you're otherwise unoccupied, you're pretty much open for anything. As the saying goes, the church attic is your oyster and all that. Evan, tighten up your bed like a responsible Canadian. You're totally right. Sorry. Evan, inspect poster. There he goes, off on another wacky misadventure. Christ may be a man of scripture, but he loves fun as much as the next guy. Saints and sidecars beat suitors and sycophants any day. Evan, examine CDs. These CDs are actually DVDs, and stored within them is none other than the holy grail of religious cinematography itself. He brought you the whole collection years ago as a reward for your good behavior. As long as you live, you'll abide by the wise teachings of Bob and Larry. Evan, look out your window. You make an attempt, but your vision is obscured by panels of colored glass. They're awfully pretty, but they don't make for much of a view. Much to your surprise, your spurt of intense curiosity left you blitzing up your ladder to a new rung. Bree Bachelor. Though it's not exactly the most prestigious of titles, you're just glad to move on from Preacher's Pet. You didn't think you'd ever live that one down. Evan, check your friends out on Reddit. Only a handful seem to be online at the moment, and there's still no response from your soon-to-be special someone. Evan, furiously spam Jesus memes. You prefer the term image macro, but it's all the same to you. With the massive collection you accumulated over the years, you got no shortage of good material. You hope that whoever's on the receiving end doesn't mind the traffic. You're a lean macro machine and the Lord is your weapon. Evan, try opening up that program on your computer. Oh, you opened that up and placed one of the doodads ages ago. In retrospect, you probably should have warned Eve beforehand. You wouldn't want to give her a panic attack. Maybe you should go check and see if everything is okay. Evan, capture log sidecar Jesus poster. With your digestive fetch mode, it should be a breeze to retrieve the poster. All you need to do is wait until the modus decides it's been thoroughly digested. He's always been with you in your heart, and now he'll be with you in your stomach. Evan, go find the doodad. See what it does. You considered doing that a while ago, but you didn't want to disturb Eve's midday nap. You placed it down near the hallway just below you, so you'll probably be able to get to it without much hassle. You'll just have to be super quiet on your way down. Evan, de-escalate. Evan, admire Jesus doll. Looks like she was awake after all. She may be famous for her extended naps, but she's got a nose for trouble like no other, and she isn't one to sleep through a crisis. You wonder what's got her such a huff. Evan, determine the crux of the problem. Oh, yeah. Evan, pry that sucker open. You forced your shell between the metal fibers holding the lid in place, but despite your coaxing, it refuses to budge. Well, so much for opening this thing before the meteors blow your church straight to HE double hockey sticks. If things don't change soon, it seems your proverbial goose is cooked. Evan, look up. You turn your focus toward the chandelier far above, eager for any distraction from Eve's lecture on shovel safety awareness. From this angle, it looks dizzyingly high, though you know it's only a few stories up. Seeing your diverted attention, Eve litters her tirade with reference to loose wiring and shoddy electric maintenance. You assume that's some sort of metaphor for the folly of man, because everything's a metaphor to her. As Eve's ramblings increase in intensity, you begin creeping back in small, calculated steps. If you're lucky, you can dispose her to do that and she'll forget any of this ever happened. Serves you right for playing video games, you guess. Whoa, 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 ah! You stash away the shiny orange push-pop to avoid any more potential safety hazards. They're really starting to stack up today. Glancing at the remains of the wrecked chandelier, you feel yourself getting queasy at the thought of another lecture. Evan, admire creation fondly. Looks like everything went exactly as planned. Evan, psych, go back to being the horse boy.
You are not having a very good day. You've been waiting on your lazy, good-for-nothing friend for the last 10 minutes, and going by his set of responses, he won't be here for another 20. His tardiness would fly under any other circumstances, but considering you're dealing with the literal end of the world, you'd think he'd find it in him to be punctual for once. Luke, quick, look to the puppet for guidance. You left Galsby in your room, sadly. You'll have to complete this length of the journey alone. God knows you can't bring yourself to go back up there. Also, Galsby is most certainly not a puppet. Luke, check the subreddit. You open r/PS2. It's just as much of a shit show as ever. You admire the moderators that bother to put up with this mess. You've been roughly following this guide since it was posted. It was obviously written in a rush, and a good majority of it is needlessly vague, but it's still better than 90% of the rest of the content on the sub. You drop an upvote in appreciation, inwardly cringing at the meaningless gesture. Luke, see if you bashed on the Cruxtruder's lid. There it is, cracked wide open. You've been giving the floating orb a wide berth ever since it popped out of the thing, and you're not too keen on closing the distance. By the looks of it, your interpretation of requires force was correct. You take a moment to mourn the loss of your noble steed. Luke, click on the files with the green cube. Messing around with the machines has earned you nothing but this weird box. Technology has never been your strong suit. Looks like you've got a surprise in store in the next 8 minutes or so, though. Maybe then you'll finally figure out how to play this bullshit game. A few extra hands would be nice about now. Luke, answer door. You'd usually complain about needless doorbell abuse, but you can't really fault them in a situation like this.
Friend, arrive already. You got here exactly when you meant to.
Oh, you're here.
Yeah, I am.
You said it would be 20 minutes.
Felt like being early for once. Mind if I come in? I'm burning up out here.
His pocket pizza smells particularly repugnant today.
I'm sorry, man, but you still look real douchey in those shades.
You know I'm photosensitive. These are medically prescribed.
But you have to wear them all the time.
Yes, I do.
You weren't kidding about these machines. You were right to call me over. I know how useless you are with tech. My uncle's a mechanic, so I bet I can figure this out in no time. You got any screwdrivers around here?
Luke, re-examine choice in friendships. You and Nick go back. Way back. You honestly cannot conceive of a life without Nick as a friend. He's like a universal constant.
So, what kind of game is this anyway? Is this like one of those German simulators? Wait, how the hell did you break a chair? You're worse at this than I thought. Oh shit, is that the final boss? Don't worry, I'll take care of this.
Please don't. Luke, gawk at wacky antics.
Shit, forgot about my specimens. Oh my god, there are 2 types of plungers in this thing. Is there even a difference? Screw it.
The Colonel has been prototyped with Nick. This is widely regarded as a bad move. Luke, freak out yet again. You're resigned to your fate at this point. Luke, put a door between you and the thing that just turned your best friend into what appears to be living pizza ASAP. You don't know if that thing killed Nick or is Nick, but you're not going to wait to find out. Luke, check comments on Reddit posts to see if there's any advice for what to do at this stage. Looks like nobody got much farther than you, and no mention of how to handle the floating horror show. Damn. Somebody mentions the totem lathe though, which gives you an idea. Luke, work on that totem lathe. You work the totem lathe with the capture log card you acquired earlier. Luke, work on that totem lathe. The player prepares to work the totem lathe with the capture log card they acquired earlier. Luke, do something about those meteors. Luke, check for meteors ETA. The player stares.
And everything you have ever wanted is finally done with.